What's going on, everybody? This is the American Brazilian, minus the Brazilian. I hope you guys have been having an awesome day and an awesome week so far. I had a thought today, a couple of thoughts actually. And my thoughts seemingly always stem from conversations that I have with people that I know or things that I hear, or sometimes they are questions that have been posed to me or my wife. So here it is. I notice a lot of people, or some people, feel like going overseas or dealing with somebody in a different culture, Brazil, a Latina, or some woman of a different culture. Their expectations are not that high in regards to, he has to make a certain amount of money. He has to look a certain way. He has to have this. He has to have that. And that is a myth that I want to try to dispel. And I hope I do it justice. Let me say this. Just because, there's an argument. The argument is that we in this space, this YouTube space, this sector of YouTube rather, we sometimes, I wouldn't use the term go back and forth, but sometimes we have debate with a lot of African American women and other women here in America that, you guys are just going overseas because the women overseas, they don't have any standards. They have no options. So they'll just kind of take anything. And of course, we know that that's not true. So we basically let people know, hey, have you seen the women overseas? they look a certain way, so obviously they have some form of a standard. But then sometimes we don't take care of ourselves. So in essence, we kind of find ourselves being a little bit hypocritical. So in other words, we argue about people saying, the women here saying that the women over in the foreign countries, they have no standards. But then, of course, we say, yes, they do. But then we don't take care of our bodies and we don't take care of ourselves. And we go overseas thinking, okay, well, just because I'm an American, you're supposed to just kind of, I don't care how I look. I don't care what my presentation is. Because I'm American, that should be enough. And that's just not true. That's far from the truth. So let's not be hypocrites when it comes to our presentation. We want to make sure that we are the best version of who we are, or who we say that we are, or what we represent. And here's the thing, man. I'm not saying that that anybody has to be Mr. Atlas or whatever. That's not the goal. But take care of yourself. And I'm gonna tell you, it just came to me where this conversation, this thought rather, stemmed from. I've been hearing, and I also know of a lot of young people that have passed away. And when I say young, I mean 50 and under. Young people, some people in their 20s, some people in their 30s, 40s. It runs the gamut. They've just passed away because there are some people, and I'm not talking about the people that pass away due to accidents and things of that nature. That's a lot of that stuff can't be avoided. But I'm talking about people who have passed away simply because they haven't taken care of themselves. We have to take care of ourselves. I know we don't necessarily like going to the doctor. I know that's been a stigma that a lot of us are evolving from and getting away from. But we have to do that. We have to make sure, we have to get ourselves checked out as men. We have to take care of ourselves because let's just say for the argument, you do find somebody who accepts you as you are and you're not the best version of who you could be. You literally shoot yourself in the foot, no pun intended, by not taking care of yourself because you shorten your life expectancy by not just doing the basic things that our body requires. Our body is our temple, and we should take care of that. And I know it's human nature to kind of want to get the most for doing the least. Shout out to my buddy Ryan. A lot of us, we want the most with the least amount of effort and result, the least amount of efforts as possible. We want the most results. And I'm telling you, that's not always reality. That's not always reality. And listen, for anybody out there that says, okay, well, you know, I'm not trying to be Mr. Atlas. No, you don't have to be. Let me tell you a story about myself. I was not in the best shape in the world, but based on my appearance, you couldn't tell it. Now, my teeth were all jacked up and all of that stuff, but my overall appearance, as far as my physical structure, you could not tell that I was not in good health. Because I was, for all intents and purposes, a guy who was much thinner than I am now. But I had some cholesterol issues, simply because, I'll say it this way, none of that stuff runs in my family, but me being a member of my family, I just did not run. What does that mean? I didn't do any type of self-maintenance to take care of myself. And as a result, that thing tried to attach itself to me. And so, of course, years later, I started a journey, and it kind of led me to where I am now. And I'm still on that journey. I'm not going to stop. And at the end of this video, I'm going to put some pictures up. I'm going to put a picture of me up, say around 2009, and I'll put a picture up of me around, say, 2019, a picture that I had taken. You know, blue pill, red pill. You'll get it when you see it. But I just want to let you guys know, man, if we expect the queen, let's be the king. If we expect a woman who's feminine, cooperative, submissive, and beautiful, then let's be guys that bring the components that we need to bring to the table, especially in the areas of our health. You may be a person that, say, doesn't like something as simple as drinking water. Listen, drinking water to me has been somewhat of a task to get used to, but I got used to it, so much so to where, let me see, I try to do at least one of these big essentials every single day, and another bottle of water as well in the morning, and this I try to finish this by the end of the day. And I know I could be drinking more, but I'm doing what is in my heart right now, the possible. Now the impossible, it'll come, but right now I'm just doing the possible. And even in the form of working out, since we had the baby, I used to go to the gym at least between 3 to 5 days a week. Now I can only do the gym 1 day a week because I want to be able to, 1 or 2 days a week. But I do stuff at home. I do stuff in between clients. You have to do something. We walk. We do something. You have to do something because, listen, you only get one shot in this body. You might as well make it the best shot that you can shoot because, listen, certain things you don't want to just charge to the game. Your mobility, your livelihood, the way you move, your physical health, you don't want to just charge that to the game by not just doing the basic things. And so, please, 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 brothers, take care of yourself, man. Please take care of yourself. Because again, after this shot, it's a wrap. That's it. So, I don't want to try to make anybody angry. I definitely don't want to come across as this judgmental guy that is Mr. Atlas, because I am neither. I'm none of that. We'll say it like we said down south. I'm none of that. But what I am is a person that has embraced self-discipline. I started a journey a while ago in the area of self-improvement, and I'm continuing this journey. And I hope that you guys are doing the same. And if you haven't, listen, amongst the living, it's always hope. It's never too late. The goal is not to be on some protein box or some protein bottle. The goal is just to be healthy. The goal is to be the best version of yourself. And so when we do go after the people that we want, be it here or overseas. We can approach them being the best version of who we are, and we can demand a queen. Why? Because we did what a king did, or we did what a king does, and that is he reigns through example. I'll say this, and I'll let you guys go. They say that the mark of any good boss or supervisor or manager is two things. He will never ask you to do what he's unwilling to do, and he will never ask you to do what he has not done. So what I'm asking of you guys, what I'm begging of you guys, is to at least do the possible. What's the worst that can happen? In any event, I'm gonna jump off of here, and again, stay tuned to the end of this video. I'll have some pictures of my before and after, and I hope you guys have an awesome week, or as we say in Brazil, boa semana. This is the American Brazilian, and I will talk to you guys later. É verdade.